Hi guys, Scratch Cat Ball here, and today I am going to be teaching you how to make um, location-based games in a mod of a Scratch mod called Penguin Mod. So, and then I'm gonna be counting this as a Scratch tutorial because because Penguin Mod is a mod of Turbo Warp, which Turbo Warp is a mod of Scratch. Um, and recently I just learned in math class that if A is B and B is C, then A is C. So, um, so, so if this is a mod of a Scratch mod, then this is also a Scratch mod. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for. But anyway, this is gonna be making a location-based game. Um, and this was originally going to be an Unreal Engine tutorial, but I just couldn't for the life of me figure out how to export the 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 thing because there's a glitch with the water plugin, and for some reason Cesium needs the water plugin to work. So I'm just gonna be doing it on Penguin Mod. So okay, yeah. So first go to your um preferred browser. Look at Penguin Mod, and then just ignore that. Um, and then um, and then you're gonna want to um, so let's just pretend that um, that I don't have an account for BengoMod, so just click sign up and then sign up with Google, and then whatever account you use. But if you do, just click sign in and log in with whatever you signed up with. But I prefer to just sign up with Google for everything. Just uh, d- just so it's easier for me to sign in. But uh, but um, but you're gonna want. But once you've done that, you're gonna want to click on Create at the top of the screen, and then well, you don't really have to do this because I already have a game on here. So click on File, and then well, this is if you want to load a thing. Um, if you already have it, but File, load from your computer, and then Documents, and then this is a project that I've been working on. It's called Plants Go, and okay, um, okay. So so this is just saving the regions, um, but that doesn't really work too well. So I'm not really using that. So okay, so um, so all I'm going to be teaching you how to do is to get the the map to load, the um, the collection thing to load, and kind of very basic inventory because I couldn't really figure out how to like get a more advanced inventory. So it's just a list. That's all the inventory is for this game. But um, anyway, um, so so first, what you want to do is um, you want to click on new extension, and then uh you can either scroll down to it or you could just search for it. So search for iframe, add the extension, and then I'm just gonna favorite it. Okay, and then And then what you want to do next is storage. So that's a Penguin Mod Extra extension, if I remember correctly. No, it's not. So just search for storage, and then I'm also gonna click on this because it's basically impossible to have save games without it. And then final thing that you want is geolocation, and not Cockatiel. So, and then you don't want Cockatiel because it kind of sucks because it doesn't really work for anything. But I just keep it. Well, pretend you just see that. But yeah, um, but yeah, this one kind of sucks. It's like all it does right now, like all that actually works is fetching the IP address. But um, but you just saw that it doesn't really do anything. And then also, um, but also a flaw with Penguin Mod is that this one doesn't work. But everything else with geolocation thing does. So get longitude works, get country name from code works, distance from lat long to lat long works, and unreliable blocks doesn't really work. But yeah, everything else works. Even this, but I'm not gonna click that. But how you get the geolocation thing is first search for shark, but I have it in my favorites. So, and then you're gonna want to click on Shark Pools Extension Collection, and then search for geo, and then I'm gonna pin it. But click this, and it'll copy the extension thing to Penguin Mod. Like all you have to do is just search for it and click it. That's all you have to do. But once you've done that, you're gonna want to go to the iframe thing, and then set new iframe, and then set iframe URL to um to uh okay. So next up, you're gonna want to go to mappy.com because this is literally the only thing that actually works for a penguin mod. Like, I already tried literally everything else, and none of them works. This one is the only one that works. But yeah, yeah, are you gonna want to copy this, and then join what? So copy this and paste that. But but instead of um, so instead of like having the set x and y, you're gonna want to copy and cut the x, and then get longitude, and then paste the rest of the URL, and then um, delete the x part of the URL, and then copy and cut the remaining part of the URL, add another thing, join thing, then get latitude, and then paste the rest of it. But make sure Z is is um, is the thing that you want it to be. So like, it's like if I wanted to have it like this, it would be 19. So, and Z equals 19. So like Z is basically the zoom. It's like if it's like this, for example, Z is 14. Okay, and then set iframe width to 300 and height to 200. This is just so it doesn't fill up the entire screen, like the entire game screen thing. And then set iframe X and Y. So um so so the way that I found these two is so 240, which is um which is well negative 240, but I just did 240 minus um okay, how did I find this? Okay. Um 240 divided by 30? No. Uh 240 divided by 3. Yep, so 240, which is again negative 240, but whatever. Divided by 3, so the 3 from the 300. And then for the y, I got 180 divided by 2, the 2 from the 200. So set iframe x to negative 80 because the 240 is negative, so negative 80, and set iframe y to 90. So that'll just put it in this top left corner here. And then you don't really need these because it just because it refreshes it automatically. And then there's this refresh thing. So um so um um so that's a custom block, and I'll get into this in a little bit. But you're gonna want to make a custom block that basically refreshes the collecting things, which I put them on the right side of the screen, but you could put them anywhere you want to. So next forever, wait 10 seconds or however long you want it, or however long you want the maps to refresh. Those variables were there before because um, because they were supposed to refresh the map every time the player moved, but I tested it and that doesn't really work too well. Like I tested it on my phone and it doesn't work well at all. Um, so um, and then and then you're gonna set the iframe URL after we wait 10 seconds to exactly the same code thing as this, only it's got only with the new longitude and the new latitude. And then um and then if pick random 1 to 10 is equal to 1, you're gonna want to refresh the gathering thing um again. So this is just like if the player hasn't really like moved in too long, it just refreshes the gathering thing because they're probably going to be moving. Well, we don't really know that they're moving, but we're just going to assume that they're moving around because it's a location-based game. So so um so um so if a random number is 1, then we're going to refresh the thing. So um so now for the refreshing part. So first up, you're gonna want to um, have um, have at least one costume thing. So I have a city, forest, desert, tundra, rainforest, mountain, and grassland biome. This is supposed to be a willow tree. by the way. It doesn't really look like one, but but if you want to have more rare ones too, um, also have at least one of the more rare ones if you want to have a rare one. This one is from my two favorite. These two are from my favorite shows at the moment. But yeah, so um, so you're gonna want to have this block right here as run without screen refresh. So um, so go to X Y. So you're gonna want to show this one, and then drag it to where you want it to be, and then go to motion and drag the go to X Y block to the top of it. So that's how I found these. And then delete clones of myself. This is very important because because the clones because you only have a maximum of 300 clones, and that might sound like a lot, but it's not a lot at all. So next up, you're gonna want to set size to be a little bit smaller if your costumes are large. So um, so if I were to um, like set the costume size to 100%, that's a little bit big, and you could really only fit like one or like maybe three of them on the side. But if it's like 2/3 of its original size, you could fit a lot more of them. Okay, and then you're gonna repeat, um, estimate how many things you could fit um, on the side of your screen or whatever. So in my case, it's four, and then um, the if thing is just for the rare biomes and the regular biomes. So if pick random one to whatever number you want. This right number here is just basically how rare do you want it to be. So this is one. So I mean, so this has a 1 in 10 chance of happening, and then is not equal to. So that's a block that Penguin Mod adds. So is not equal to 1. So if that's true, then switch costume to pick random 1 to uh, the costume number of your last common biome, and then create clone of myself. This is just like creating a clone, and then change Y by -80. But if that's false, then switch the costume from your first um, rare biome to your last rare biome. So, and then this one is your first common to your last common. This one is your first rare to your last rare, and then this is just and then this is just um, this is just the uh, same as the other one. So if I were to say, if I were to say run this, this would happen, and then it's different every time. And then the rare biomes happen more rarely, as you can see. Okay, and then and then when I start as a clone. So this is important if you want your player to like gather stuff, which is basically what most location-based games are, like Pokemon Go. You're gathering Pokemon. Minecraft Earth, you were gathering Minecraft stuff. in Jurassic World Alive, you were like gathering dinosaurs. So if you want this to be a generic location-based game, you're gonna want to gather stuff. So um, so the way that I have it is um, I have it similar to Minecraft Earth because I couldn't really figure out anything else. Like how would you um, how would you um, how would you even get this thing to work that's actually simple. Um, so I eventually landed on Minecraft Earth. So when I started as a clone show forever, this is just showing. Oh yeah, and also, and I clicked hide. Um, this is just so the thing won't. So this is just. So this is just for the clones. Um, this is just to make the scripting go by faster. So hide, but when I start as a clone show, and then forever. So this is forever. If touching mouse pointer and mouse down, um, believe it or not, this will also work on mobile. So, yeah. But that's just waiting until it's clicked or tapped in this case, because ideally the player is going to be on mobile. And then hide iframe. So that's just going to hide the map. Set clicking to 1. This is optional. This is again from the Minecraft Earth thing. Set biome to costume name. Um, So this is just gonna show what you're gonna get, and then broadcast clicking start. So set clicking to 1. I didn't really explain this, but set clicking to 1 is basically if this is basically saying, well, is the player clicking now? If it's 1, the answer is yes. But if it's 0, like it is after this wait 3 seconds, that the answer is no. So, and then, um, and then set by the costume name. This is just the costume name of the clone. So next up to the gathering thing. Um, so, um, so I separated this just because it's, um, okay. So I separated it just because I'm still working on the new rare biomes because they're not really in the main game yet. But when I receive clicking start, stop biome images and map or just whatever you want to call this thing, the gathering thing and the map sprite. Um, set clicks to 0. This is just for the Minecraft thing. So to reset the clicks. Set costume to home. Show. I mean, no, not home. Biome. So this is the biome variable that we set here. And then show, this is just gonna show the thing. And then repeat until clicking is 0. So this is just going to um, repeat until the player stops clicking. So um, so so I might have um so let me just fix up the code real quick because I just made an error because um and like that, and like that. Okay. So anyway, uh, so this is just gonna wait. So this is just gonna give the player a chance to click the thing. Um, if touching mouse pointer and mouse clicked, that's just checking if the player clicks it. Wait until not mouse click, so that's just so the player can't really hold their finger on it and get the more rare stuff. Change clicks by one. This is just keeping track of how many clicks or how many times the player clicked it. If so, if biome equals um, the biome thing. Um, so if biome equals the biome thing that you want, the biome loot table thing that you want to give the player. Um, and then if clicks is greater than, no, not greater than, is less than or equal to. Again, that's one of the blocks that Penguin Mod adds. Length of the the items list thing. So this is the um, so this is the um, seeds that that um that comes with the city biome thing, and all these are domestic seeds. Plants, whatever. But yeah, this is just a list of all of the possible things that you could get from that biome thing. So if clicks is greater than length of your uh, all possible biomes list, items list thing from that biome, add item, pick random clicks to length of biome seeds thing of biome seeds thing to inventory. So let me just separate it real quick. So item of city seeds. This is just an example, but this is the so pick random clicks to length of city seeds. This is just giving you a random um this is just giving you a random like item number of the city seeds list, and then this is just a random item of the city seeds list, and then so add that item to inventory. But if it's greater than the length of city seeds, you're just gonna add the last number of city seeds to the inventory, and then and then you're just gonna like duplicate this and add it and add another one, but like replace the um biome and list name with the new biome and uh with the new biome and list um that um that you want to add, and then show list inventory. Actually, uh you know what they can just do this like 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 this now, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. But set inventory to get list inventory as an array. So this is the storage. Set key to value. So this is just storing the inventory as a list, and this actually does save it. Like this actually does save the inventory list, and then run green flag. So this is just so this is just so this is just running um the thing that we stopped at the beginning of the script. So stop, and then at the bottom here start, basically. And then when flag clicked, go to x 0 y 0, set size to 100%, and hide. So, um, so, so when it shows, it's already in the right spot. But also when it switches to costumes, it's in the right spot and on the right costume, and it's showing now. Well, not actually, but it's showing in the script. So, um, and then also the set size to 100%. Um, that's this size, so it's just a little bit bigger than this one. So, um, and then um, and then the final thing that I want to show you is the buttons. So this is the inventory button. So when flag clicked, show switch costume to inventory. Go to XY. So this is just really similar. Just like a group. So like drag it to wherever you want it to be, and then go to XY. And then forever, if touching mouse pointer and mouse down, and costume number equals the costume number of your close button. So 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 you're gonna want a close button and the open button. So the costume number close button broadcast close. But if but just duplicate this if thing and just change the costume number to 2, broadcast the inventory thing, and then when I receive close, wait until not mouse down so they can't hold the button down. Show iframe, hide list inventory, switch costume to inventory. So this is just like closing the thing and and hiding the inventory list and switching the costume to the default thing. But when I receive inventory or whatever you want this to be called, wait until not mouse down. Again, this is so they can't really hold it down. Hide iframe. So this is just getting rid of the map so they can actually see the inventory. Set previous costume to costume name. I mean, we don't really need that, so just get rid of that. Show list inventory. This is just opening the inventory, and switch costume to close. This is this is again. So again, this is costume number 1, broadcast close, but else like number 2, broadcast inventory. And then we have a separate thing for whatever you want to use your thing on. Use this stuff that you've been gathering on. In this case, it's a garden, so you can plant your seeds that you got from the biome tab thing. So this is the same thing, but broadcast garden button. So when I receive garden button or whatever you want it to be used on, wait until not mouse down again, so it doesn't get held down. Hide iframe. This is just so it this is just so you can like actually see the garden part of the garden. Set previous costume to costume name. We don't really need that again. Broadcast garden. So that's gonna just open this thing. The thing that you want your players to do with the stuff that they gather. I'm not really gonna go over this because this is just gonna be like because it's just what do you want your players to do. You don't really have to copy this code, but you can if you want to. Um, just uh pause it, pause it if you want to copy it. You don't really have to, but if you want to. Anyway, when I so broadcast garden, this is. Oh wait, but you do have to um put these first 3 blocks when I receive garden or whatever thing you're gonna add. Go to XY00, show this sprite. So this is just going to the center of the screen and showing the thing that you want the players to do. When flag clicked, hide this sprite and um and let me just like broadcast a new message. So hide plants. Okay, broadcast hide plants. So this is just gonna hide the thing and hide the thing on the thing that you want your players to do. And then close garden, just the same thing. But stop other scripts in Sprite because this one has a forever loop. So, um, and then when I receive close, wait until not mouse down so you don't hold it down. Show iframe. So this is just re-showing the map when they close the thing you want them to do with the server gather. Broadcast close garden. So this is just closing the thing. And then switch costume to garden. So this is just the default save the button. And then when I shift gun button, wait until that mouse down. Had I frame broadcast garden. Broadcast garden is just opening the garden and initializing it. Go to front layer. This is just like showing it in front of the garden or whatever you want them to do. So they could close it. And switch costume to close. This is just similar to the other one where it relies on the costume number. And then uh, I'm just showing you the code for this. You don't really have to copy it if you don't want to. Um, but yeah, that's basically how you make a. Yeah, before I go, um, um, so just copy all of the costumes that you want, like players to gather from, or biomes, I should say, um, from this first sprite over to the second sprite. So, um, so the way that I did this was I just duplicated the sprite and then deleted all of the blocks in the sprite. But remember, this is a duplicated sprite, and then I just added all of this code into the tapping thing. So that's all you have to do to copy all the costumes over. But if you want to add new costumes like I am, just drag both of the costumes into the new like thing. But I already have it in here, but I was just showing you how to do it. So all you have to do is just like say I wanted to copy the city biome, like just click and drag on the city, and then drag it over to the biome tab. But I already have it obviously, so just delete it. Well, you don't delete it, but yeah. And then once all done, just click save at the top right. So that'll save it. But if you haven't saved it already, just click file and then save as, and then call it whatever you want to call it. That's an alternate way to save it. But once you're all done with it, like I'm not, but I'm just showing you how to do it. Click file and then package project, and then it's just going to import the project. And then just wait for this thing to load. And then um, and then I prefer to have this one checked. Start project automatically instead of showing the big blue flag. Um, so this one just starts it automatically, and that's all you really need. And then just click preview, just so you could test it before you. I mean, obviously you can just like, test it here, but this is just this is just to double check it works, like everything works as intended. So Um, so I'm just showing you. So this is the map. This is the biome tap thing, and then there it is resetting. And then here's the inventory. Then there's the X and the thing. Just make sure you have the the X thing. Um, Make sure you have the X thing like separated from the rest of this thing. Just um, just so it just so the user could actually click on it without like also trying to interact with the thing. And then if everything's worked um as it's intended to, click on click on click on package, and then it'll download it, and then HTML, and then make sure it's in HTML. So um because because if it's an HTML file, then the player could just download it, go into their Files app, look for the game thing that you made, click on it, and it'll open. So yeah, that's how you make a location-based game in a Scratch-like thing. This is a Scratch mod reminder. But yeah, this is how you make a location-based game with visual scripting. So yeah, bye guys.